Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John, the Bumbling Golfer, episode number 5, podcast number 5. Happy New Year, everyone. It's been 2023 was a really exciting year as far as golf goes, and a lot of big things happen out there. I think Liv's kind of really taken a hold in the I guess in the professional ranks. There's been a lot of YouTube stuff happening, big things happening there with a lot of YouTubers out there. Those of you who haven't watched the Busted Jack Golfing Old Glory, that might be one of the greatest so far YouTube series that I've ever seen. They golf 50 golf courses one in each state over 50 weeks. And then at the end of it, they actually had a documentary about how they did it and kind of the struggles and all that other kind of stuff. But it was a big year in golf. And, I think for me, just reflecting back, looking at, I started late 2022 with my YouTube channel, and I've done okay with it. I've had quite a few views. The social media piece has been pretty good too. Any of you that want to check me out on social media, it's at the Bumbling Golfer on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm not on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I think I'm on TikTok as well. Same thing, at the Bumbling Golfer. But this episode, I really want to talk about. So the PGA show is coming up. As I record this, it is January the 9th. Currently, nasty weather here in southeastern Pennsylvania. There's this big nor'easter. Thankfully, it's actually like 50 degrees here. But thankfully, it's not snow and ice. That would have been not so advantageous. So, again, this episode, I want to talk about more so. I just did a what's in the bag. I'll link it to this video as well, and if you want to go find it, you can find it on the YouTube channel. But what I want to talk about is affordability in golf. So, there's all these big brands out there, these big OEMs out there that are just producing these really great clubs, drivers, playing, I guess, players' irons. They're the cavity, I guess, the hollow body, foam filled. There's always something new coming out. And, I was in the golf business for a while. Shout out to Shark Attack Golf and Moby. My company that I had started was called Yeti Golf. So I know a little bit about the cost. I know a little bit about the price. I know a ton about the supply chain. And I also know where this product is made. And, the affordability of it is really key for me. That's why I had started the company that I had started. And then some things came up, and I kind of shed that off to Shark Attack Golf, and he's doing huge things down there. Shout out to Moby and the Reaper shafts and all that other good stuff he got going on. He's crushing it in long drive right now. If you need a long drive club and you're into that, definitely reach out to him. But I want to talk more about like everyday golfers, right? So people that like weekend warriors, will say, or, people that play a couple times a year, but you feel as though, my clubs are a little bit dated and, whatnot. So I think I played TaylorMade. I have them right behind me. I don't want to get up. Actually, I'll get up and go check. Hold on one second. I was playing the TaylorMade R7 irons, and in doing that, I was playing pretty good golf. Like I thought I was a pretty good golfer for someone who plays, once a week at best. And then so in the last year and a half, I started taking golf a lot more seriously. Maybe even 3 years. I didn't play for quite a while, and then I picked it back up. Shout out to the AGS tour, amateurgolfsociety.com. Check them out. And what it did is it forced me to get out and play more golf. So I went out. I didn't even have a bag. So I reached out to a couple people. Actually, I put a post out on Facebook and said, anyone have an extra golf bag? So my buddy Chuck came through with a Michelob Ultra bag. Um, and, he gave me that, and I went out, and I was looking just to play some golf. So I guess when I went out to play golf, I started looking. You hear all about these golf balls, these Pro V1s. You hear about Bridgestones and Srixons and you name it. There's a lot of great golf balls out there. But you can shop around a little bit, and to be honest with you, most people shouldn't be playing a lot of those higher end golf balls anyway. You don't hit the ball the right way, and me included. I don't play those golf balls. What I can say is this: as I started to get better, well, put it this way, as I started to play more golf, I started to enjoy it a lot more. I started getting pretty good for my own sake. And I got to a point where I was like a 9, we'll just say like a low 9 handicap, which to me was great because I always wanted to be a single digit, but I never had a handicap before about 2.5 years ago. So when I got my handicap, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I can be better. I feel like I can do better. And again, I was on at the time, it was the Workhorse Golf Tour or Workhorse Tour that is now the AGS Tour. And I was playing every week. And I found myself competing and playing really, really well in some events. So fast forward to this season, or 2023, early 2023 season. I started looking into more golf equipment, right? Saying, am I losing yardage? Am I losing an edge? Because I see the people that were playing around me had newer clubs, and I don't necessarily think I'm better than anyone, but I know that there were certain clubs. I'm hitting a club and a half or 2 clubs less than what they're hitting, and I hit the ball just, I guess, swing speed just as good as they do. So I went and bought Ram Golf FX 77s. And this is I have this in my what's in the bag, but I don't want to get too long winded with it. But the irons made a huge difference. Now, the irons made a huge difference. The other piece is this. And when I say that golf doesn't have to be expensive, you have to surround yourself with people that you want, or that you think can help you. So I've made it very clear. I've joined the Scramble House, Scramble House King of Prussia, and I have a swing coach now. His name's Justin Reines. PGA professional, maybe one of the greatest teachers that he doesn't really get a whole lot of recognition. And to be honest with you, he doesn't care. I'm going to have him on this podcast as well. I just got to find a good time. I think it needs to be soon. So what I found is I went and joined this. It's a giant indoor golf facility. It has 12 golf simulators in there. I think there's like a 5,000 square foot putting and chipping area. He has a putt course inside. You can go in and really work on your game. So, in working with Justin, the first 30 minutes with him, I gained like 20 or 30 yards. And that was because I didn't realize. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to hit a golf ball. He made that abundantly clear. And he gets results very quickly. So anyway, in the spirit of keeping golf affordable, when I got these Ram FX 77 golf clubs, they are hollow body. I'm not sure if they're foam filled or not. I feel like they are, but whatever the case is, these clubs are amazing. And when you talk about golf clubs, you can go to any sporting goods store. You can go to Dick's, you can go to Golf Galaxy, you can shop online. Most iron sets are going to run you like $1,200 to $1,500, maybe even more, depending on what it is, the setup that you have. So I'm not paying $1,200 for 8 clubs, right? So I have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitching wedge. So I have 7 clubs. I'm not going to pay $100 per club. It's not something that I do. I've never done it. And I think that there's an advantage to some equipment, but also at the same time, all the equipment has to conform to USGA standards or regulations, or they have to conform, right, to the rules of golf. So how much advantage do they really get? Um, in some cases, you get a lot, right? When you talk about drivers, there's a lot more technology in there that they can build and make it more forgiving and all that. But these irons I got, I'll tell you, the cost of them, $399, brand new, and they come fully built. I think I got mine an extra inch or maybe inch and a half longer, just in case I really want to kind of turn on one, or I can't bend over that far because I have a bad back. But that was a big win for me, right? So that was a confidence booster right away. I didn't have to go out and spend 4 times the amount that I spent to get the same kind of the same results, right? I mean, I can go out, I've shot, my swing change really messed me up as far as my handicap goes. I think I'm at like a 13 or something like that now. But I've never hit the ball so well in my life. And I thought, being a baseball player and being an athlete, that I could overcome a lot of stuff. Well, guess what? I couldn't, because I didn't really know how to hit a golf ball. So again, iron wise, $399. It was, I don't know, 400 and change delivered to the house with um with tax and all that. And then, I was like, hey, since I got new clubs, maybe I'll get a new bag. And, you know, um, so I got a Ram golf bag because I really like the product. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not doing anything. But I got a Ram golf bag as well. That was like $110. And it's a 14, I don't know. There's 14 places in there for clubs. So I don't like the bags that have, just 3 little slots and all your stuff. It's just, I like everything being separated. So then I started looking a little bit more, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to the scramble house. I'm kind of living up this short game a little bit, and I'm improving. And I took a putting lesson as well, which I was mind blowing to me because I was terrible at putting. I'm still bad, but I'm not extremely bad. I'm just kind of bad. Um, Maybe a little below average, we'll say. But that's getting better too. So anyway, I was at the scramble house one day, just hitting wedges, and I'm like, man, I can't spin the ball. So there was a club sitting over on the side, and so I started hitting it, and I really liked it. It's a TaylorMade MG3 56 degree. It's like my favorite club now. I love it, and I was never like an around the greens person. So again, I asked Justin, the owner of the Scramble House. I said, "Hey, man, how much for this?" He told me. I was like, "All right, cool. Let's cut a deal." I think it was like $100. So I'm all in, $500. Now this is over the course of like months and months and months. So it's not all at one time. I was able to try things out. I was able to try the wedge out. Some of the other wedges I have are Facebook Marketplace finds, right? And I think one might have been, I have a 52 degree Titleist, I believe, and the face was a little bit rough, but I cleaned it up and it works just fine. And so I have a 56 degree, I have a 52 degree, and then I have a 50 degree that my buddy Shane let me borrow. We'll say he isn't letting me give him money for it, but I will pay him back in some way, whether I pay for a round of golf or something. But um and yeah, so my wedges all in. I mean, you can find deals on them, and maybe you have to clean it up a little bit. Maybe you have to show it a little TLC. So did all that. Now again, the irons. So that's all my wedges, my irons. So I'm in 500, probably $550 all in, and I have a 4-wood again, Facebook Marketplace find. I think it might have been like $40. It's a Tour Exotics. I don't know what the model is, but it's a 4-wood, and I love it. I hit it really well. That was $40. So now I'm up to what, 600 or that was 550. So it's like, I'm so bad at math right now. So it's like just under $600. And I moved to my 7-wood. That, I guess that, going in order, I should have did that first. But that was a golf show find for $25 like years ago, probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe even longer, maybe not quite that far. But So I'm up to $600, right? So I'm at $600. Now I move to my driver, which again, drivers are generally always going to be expensive. They're going to be $150 or $200 or whatever. But I see that there are drivers out there now. Um, Again, with me being a fan of these Ram clubs, Ram is part of a conglomerate. Conglomerate's not really the word, but like part of like a parent company. They have it's like a holding company, so it's Ram, McGregor, Alien. They just did something with Ben Hogan to kind of reintroduce Ben Hogan golf clubs to the golfing world, which I think is great. And they do it all kind of, I don't want to say like bargain prices, but they do it at very fair prices. Their markups are not crazy. It's all direct to consumer. It's not, you know, uh it's great. You order it online and it comes to you, you deal directly with them. Now, my driver is a Shark Attack Golf Griffin driver. It's the first adjustable driver I ever had. I forget what I paid for it back when Moby first released it, but I think I got a deal on it, and but again, I like to support people that support me. So, and I thought I couldn't hit it. I thought it was, I just thought I needed a new driver, and then my swing coach said, "It's not the club, bud. It's the person swinging it." So what he did is he showed me a couple tricks, and things started to get better. And now I'm hitting the ball probably better than I've ever hit it ever. I've gone out and played a couple rounds of golf recently, probably in the last month or so, maybe 2 months. And I shot in the low 80s, where all year I was in the upper 80s, low 90s, and I just really struggled on the course. So again, affordability, you don't have to go all in. You don't have to get a whole set, a whole new bag, a whole new everything right away. Go out and look for deals, because there's deals out there for you. You don't have to drop $4,000 on a set of golf clubs, a bag, and all that other stuff. And oh, by the way, shoes, there is no reason that you have to go out and buy a crazy set of golf, this crazy pair of golf shoes. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. The Jordans are legit. I love them. But more and more, and this is me going forward, more and more I'm seeing people just wearing regular sneakers, because you don't, all the tread is virtually the same. Most golf shoes now, they kind of look like turf shoes. If you think back in the day, now I'm probably dating myself a little bit, but like back in the day, like they did, I might have had a pair of McGregor turf shoes, to be honest with you. But anyway, I just really want to make sure that I convey this message that on this channel, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help golf stay accessible to people who want to learn how to play or want to play. Now, if you want to go out and splurge, or you can go out and afford, you don't mind dropping $1,200 on irons, all power, more power to you. It's not my thing. I see there's other clubs out there. There's Tacomas out there doing big things. Their prices are starting to creep up a little bit. They got to pay for all those influencers they're paying. They are paying a lot of influencers to get the word out for that. At the same time, there is like, look up Ram Golf. I think it's Ram Golf USA, and then look up McGregor. McGregor has a driver out right now. I think it's called the MagTech. There's a couple different ones. Look pretty legit. I think they're like $150. You can go out and you can do all that. Now, also at the same time, Ram has golf balls out. I think they might be 2 or 3 piece, but they're like, I don't know, like, they're not expensive. I don't know how much they are, but if you go on any of their social media, you can find it. Me personally, I've also looked at golf balls, right? I looked to see, I went out and I bought, a 3-pack of the most expensive ones out there. I bought the Pro Vs. I bought the Bridgestones, the Srixons, I hit a lot of TP5s at the Scramble House. That's what they have there. And they're great golf balls, but I'm not spending that money on it. So what I did is I went out and I found a couple companies, couple smaller companies that, they might be D2C companies. And Snell is a big one. My tour ball, that's Dean Snell. He is one of the patent holders for the Pro V1. But what he did is he went out and he started his own company making similar product, and it's direct to consumer, and it's considerably less when you go to buy it, and you can get a sample pack. You can do all these different things. So I'm hitting for 2024, I am hitting Seed Golf balls. Seed Golf Company, SEED. their products are engineered in Ireland, and then I'm not sure exactly where they're produced, but they're engineered and designed in Ireland, which I think is pretty cool. And they have a direct to consumer program as well. I think it's like 30-ish dollars a dozen, something like that. And they behave really well. I mean, they have 3 and 4 piece balls, which is really great. But yeah, so again, I just wanted to kind of throw this out there and say, golf should be affordable. It doesn't have to be exclusive. Golf should be inclusive. I grew up playing baseball, and I saw the technology in baseball create a lot of struggle for a lot of people. Me growing up, we used to have to share baseball bats that were the league, that were owned by the league, or the team maybe got one good bat and we all used it all year long. We used to have to share baseball helmets too. Right now, everyone has baseball helmets. They're wearing all these elbow guards and $800 bats, and the bats are being rolled and are being shaved and like all kind of crazy stuff. Which again, more power to you if that's what you want to do. But what this technology does is there's a lot of things that are regulated, right? So we'll stay with golf because that's what this conversation here is about. Go out and try different things. Just because some guy's hitting a stealth driver or a paradigm driver or whatever, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Maybe it will, but it doesn't mean it's going to work better for you. And to sit back and to think, do I need to go out and drop $500, $600, $700 on the newest driver? Guess what? It's not much different than last year's. I think the stealth and the paradigm actually moved the needle a little bit, but still, there's still regulations, there's still ball speeds, there's still core, MOI that they have to adhere to. So, go out, shop around, go to Second Swing, I think it's secondswing.com. Do yourself a favor and do research, because you can go out and you can buy, a set of clubs. You can go buy a box set of Callaway clubs at Dick's for, depending on the time of the year, you can get it pretty reasonable. And you're never going to go wrong with that kind of stuff. So again, episode 5, I'm really pumped for 2024 for golf. I have some things that I'm really trying to get done. I got some collaborations coming up. I am an ambassador for Acorn Hills Clothing. And shout out to Nate and the entire team. I'll tell you, I did a podcast with Nate, and if you get a chance, go back and listen to it or watch it, probably just listen to it and understand this young man is like, he's working his tail off. He's out there hustling and grinding and all trying to get this business to grow more and to scale and to build these relationships. And he's still going to college. He is in college. And when the spring comes and the fall's here, he's playing golf for their golf team. And he's managing all of this while getting incredible grades, because again, I asked him about that. I'm a dad. I have one of my daughters is in college, and it's important to me to make sure that, he's out there doing what he has to do. Is if he's out there paying for college, he better be getting his money's worth. So, shout out Acorn Hills and Nate just for doing what you got to do. And, it's just going to be a year of growth, I think, for everyone. 2023 for me personally was a bit trying. I'd say the second half of 2023 was actually very trying. 2024 is starting out pretty good. There's some things that I need to get straight, and that's, on a personal side, I have to get some things straight. And yeah, I just wish everyone a happy new year. I hope everyone's doing well. If there's anyone out there that wants to come on here, talk shop, talk golf, let me know. I'd love to talk to you, whether you're another YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. If you are out there and you're on social media and you're out there, I'll never call myself an influencer ever. It's not what I am. I'm just doing this for fun. I want to show everyone how golf can be fun. It can be affordable, and you can play some beautiful tracks for reasonable costs, right? I don't belong to a country club. I would love to, but I don't. but I am associating myself with like-minded people, and there's some pretty cool things going to be coming down the road. Again, do some shopping. There's no reason for you to have to go out there and spend a ton of money. You go out and go on a vacation for $1,700. I can go to Cancun 3 times with my family. Maybe not with my family. Maybe once with my family. But my point is that, you know, golf should be fun. It's super stressful at the same time, and you're out there competing against yourself. If you're out there and you're in the southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware area, actually even central PA at this point, and other states to come as well, check out the AGS Tour, amateurgolfsociety.com, or you can check them out on social media at AGS Tour. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, morning, evening, whenever you're listening to this. I appreciate each and every one of you. This is going to get really fun in 2024. Thanks, everyone. This is John, the Bumbling Golfer.